This episode is brought to you by Coffee Mate. Coffee Mate is the world's biggest coffee lover because we love all the ways you enjoy. Wait. Coffee Mate can't love coffee more than me. I'm a foodie. I went to Kyoto just for a nitro matcha latte. What? Oh, I have to finish the ad. Coffee Mate, for the love of coffee.
Your teen requested a ride, but this time not from you. It's through their Uber teen account. You drive your teenager around, a lot, to their friend Jacob's house, their other friend Jake's house, to James's, to Jaden's, to Jalen's, to...
Mom? This is Jake's house, not Jacob's.
Now with an Uber teen account, your teen can request a ride under your supervision. They'll ride with a highly rated driver, and with live trip tracking, you'll follow along the whole ride to their friends' houses that all sound the same. Add your teen to your Uber account today. See app for details.
Bye, Mom.
Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, probably gonna come off as a little disrespectful in this episode, but I feel like I have my reasons. Because nowadays, I feel that developers get upset that if you don't, like, meeting the requirements for, I guess, you being an ideal content creator, they want you to talk good on the game. Like, they want all these things for the game, yet the game isn't good, alright? Now, I'm not going to name drop this game, but I have played this game before. I will say this much. It's just pretty much a cheap single-player version of Escape from Tarkov. There is really nothing special about this game. If you've played Escape from Tarkov, this game that I'm going to be talking about briefly, it's the same exact thing, just a single-player version, alright? It's one of those extraction shooter games where, I don't know why, for some reason, I'm not really a fan of extraction shooter games. And it's because, to me, I just feel like that if you really want to explore a game, you have to have options to explore that game. But when they just have it set up where it's like, you're only allowed to do this, you're only allowed to go in these areas, it's partly at some point in time you're going to get the panicking like, oh, okay, I'm running low on ammo. It's like, they don't give me a reason. Extraction shooter games, I feel like they don't give me a reason to continue on playing it. Because I'm like, okay, so it's like, I play the game, I get all this stuff, then I end up losing all this stuff because a lot of the times people be doing that with the AI in there where they want to make it as difficult as possible. And so then, yeah, I go and I'm playing the game, and then next thing you know, it's like I'm playing it one day and I realize, wait a minute, I ain't got no weapons, I ain't got nothing. So it's like, what am I supposed to do? You know, and then it's like you just going in random areas and you just getting shot and killed. And I'm like, to me, it's stuff like that where I'm like, nah, I've never found, and that's one of the main reasons why I don't really play Escape from Tarkov. I own that game, but I don't play it because it's like, there ain't nothing fun about that. And I'm not trying to discourage anybody from playing extraction shooter games. If you want to play extraction shooter games, you very well can. They're just not my cup of tea when it comes to video games. But anyways, so the reason why I wanted to actually do this episode is because I wanted to more so motivate developers. If you want to have a solid game, you're going to have a game that's going to stand out. You can't just come out with whatever and then think people are supposed to, because I see that so many different times where developers come out with whatever and then they're expecting people to have like the same type of love for it as like Call of Duty or Fortnite or Apex, you know, and it's like, them are games where, yeah, maybe Fortnite might be the only good game out that list, but I'm trying to think of like a good series or something. But yeah, it's like they're trying to think of themselves that they're on that level. And it's like, no, you guys aren't on that level. You came out with a halfway buggy, glitchy game, and the last time you updated it was back in June. That's not, to me, that's not going to make me want to go out and buy your guys' game. When I see that your game is sitting at a recent reviews of mixed, and then all reviews of mostly positive in my opinion ain't good enough. I'm like, your game either got to be at very positive or overwhelmingly positive. Them the only two ratings I want to see with a video game. But if it's anything else, I'm like, no, I ain't fooling with that game because I know it's not going to be good. But anyways, what was I getting ready to say? I got myself distracted because I was like, I just remembered that I wanted to install this game. And I just, yeah, I completely got myself distracted. I need to stop doing that. I need to just focus directly on the podcast episode, because now it's like that's the type of stuff that make me have to end the episode or just end what I'm doing, do another take, and I ain't even trying to do all that. So I'm just gonna improvise. But anyways, but no, overall though, I feel like that's, you know, I was gonna get to that point at some point in time, like how to make your guys' game good. But yeah, it's like you have to have it where your game stands out. You can't just come out with whatever and then expecting people to have all this love for it. That's not gonna happen. You know, it's like, and then the thing is this, then if you come out with something talking about a creator program where it's like pretty much, I think what that is like they send you a free copy of the game, and then dang, that game downloaded fast. I downloaded Supermarket Simulator. It's like 5 gigabytes. I'm like, dang, that game downloaded massively fast. I'm like, dang, bro. But anyways, but no, it's like if you are going to put out this creator program, you can't be telling us that, oh, you need to have this amount of views, you need to have this amount of followers, you need to do this. I'm like, nah, I ain't doing none of that, because my thing is this, you guys ain't gonna make a dime off of me and then expect me to just like, oh, I just got this horribly bad game that y'all ain't even updating. You guys aren't updating it. My thing is this, and I guess like this is what I would overall do if I'm coming out with a video game, because I do plan on doing that one day. I actually came out, I might end up start working on it at some point in time, because I do have a concept of what I would like to do for a game. But anyways, I think it might be somewhere it might require a team of people, so it's something where I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna definitely write out some stuff. But yeah, I haven't I have like a more so like a racing game idea. But anyways, but no, overall though, I guess like this is what I would do if I was going to go about developing and releasing a video game. So of course, I'm going to develop this video game, but I want to make sure that it has the least amount of bugs that you can possibly think of within that game. Because a lot of times you be seeing games coming out and it looks like Goat Simulator. So that's something where I will tell people that I'm working on the game. And even if it's on some stuff where I got to like display my progression on where I'm at, because there is actually a Twitch streamer that I follow where I believe she's working on a video game right now. And yeah, she every time I think she streams, she is working on that game. So, but anyways, I'll probably do something along those lines, or even if I'm doing video versions, I'll do that regardless. I am going to show people the progression of where I am at with this game. And then if people are recommending ideas, I am going to take those ideas in. So let's just say I'm coming out with a racing game, and let's say like, oh, you know, so far, I got like this car in the game, and let's say it's like a Mustang or something. Like, it ain't really a Mustang, because it's like I think you gotta buy like a licensing rights to put those types of cars in the game. But anyways, but yeah, let's say I have like a Mustang in there, and somebody's all like, oh, can you add like a Boss 302 Mustang? And I'm like, here's what I'll do. I'm like, I'll add like different skins. Like, I'll just have like one different or just one type of Mustang, but I'll have it where it's different skins in there. So if you want to make it look like a Shelby or a Boss 302 or a Cobra, whatever the situation, where no, they don't really have, well, no, yeah, it, like, I guess like maybe it have like, I do my own version of what a Cobra Mustang would look like in this day and age. But regardless, I'm like, if I overall want it to be, or if people are like, no, it would just be easier if it's like multiple Mustangs, but it's like there's the Boss 302, the Shelby, a GT, and I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm like, if it's easier that way, then yeah, sure, you know, let's just do it that way, and things where I'll put like multiple. But I think because that was, you know what, I ain't even gonna get into that, because I'm thinking of what I would really do. But I was like, no, this is what I would want a developer to, you know, do and stuff. But well, I mean, what would be the difference? Because I'm like, it's at the end of the day, it's, you know, it's what I'm saying. It's like, it's stuff that I would do for a video game. But anyways, I'm just, because it's like, I feel like I'm gonna mess up on this episode. I'm like, I'm not trying to sit around and be doing numerous takes lately. That I'm gonna be honest with you guys, that has been annoying the crap out of me, doing multiple takes of a podcast episode, video, and all that stuff. And I'm like, I don't know what's been going on lately, but it's mad annoying. All right, but anyways, but I'm definitely listening to the fans. I'm like, at the end of the day, they are the ones that's going to be buying the game. So I'm like, if they see something in the game that's like, oh, this should be added or this should be taken out, I'm like, okay, cool. So yeah, let's say if I come out with a video game, and then the game, like, all right, so yeah, let's say I finally developed a video game. It's worked on. There ain't a whole lot of bugs in the game, but there might be a bug here and there where it's all like, oh, the car kind of like jerks around a little bit, or it's like the steering kind of shakes and it rapidly goes back and forth, like the car just messes up. So I'm like, all right, what I'm gonna do? Instead of taking the weekend and being like, because I don't know if that's a Steam thing where it's like games just for some reason don't update, but I feel like I've seen games update on the weekend, so that's why I'm like, or come out with updates on the weekend, but I'm like, I'm not gonna be, because I'm like, my thing is this: if this is my dream, if this is what I want to do, and it's develop and release video games, I'm not going to be taking no days off. I'm not going to be like, oh, well, I'm going to go and just have it where it's like I don't come out with no updates over the weekend, or don't come out with no updates after months of the game being out. No, I'm going to be uploading or updating this game frequently. It ain't gonna be no situation where it's like, oh, y'all just gonna get one update a month, and I'm like, and whatever bugs you got in the game, you just gonna have to live with this. So, and I know there's at times where it's like, depending on the person's computer or however they're playing it, there might be bugs on that computer compared to the other computer where it might not have a whole lot of bugs. So I'm like, okay, let me see what I could do. I'm gonna try to figure something out. But I'm like, to anybody out there that is like, you paid money for this game, and yeah, let's say I'm charging like $49.99 for the video game. I'm like, you done bought this game and it's like buggy for you, and I'm like, I'm gonna compensate. I'm like, let me know what your account is. I'm gonna send you $1 million. You could get whatever card you want to get, do whatever upgrades you want to do, whatever it is. I got you, all right? Or I'll like have it where it's like, I shout you out. So when it's like, when the game does get updated and all that stuff, I'm like, I'll let people know. I'm like, hey, this person is streaming. So it's like, I'm going to give back to the fans. I'm going to let the fans know that I'm like, hey, besides me releasing this video game, you guys matter. I care about you guys. I want you guys to have fun with this video game. I'm not just going to release some cash grab and then just go on about my business, all right? I'm releasing a game. It's like, yeah, maybe only 700 people might buy that game. I'm releasing this game as if I want this game to be game of the year, all right? So, anyway, so yeah, I'll definitely do stuff like that. Continue on listening to and I feel like that's like the main thing to do with the video game. You have to listen to the fan base. All right, you have to listen, and it's like, I guess if you want more people to play the game, ask around. My thing is this: I'm like, all right, so yeah, let's say it's a racing game, and then I don't know, I feel like nobody would, because if somebody were to come to my stream and be like, hey, if I send you a Steam key, will you play my video game? I'm like, yeah, sure. It's like, it's something where I'm like, hey, it's a free game. I ain't gonna turn down the free game now. I'm like, all right, so I'm like, yeah, go ahead, send me the free game. Or if they reach out to me, if it's like, yeah, content creator where I see them play a lot of different racing games, I'm going out to them. I'm going out to their fans. Like, oh, you best believe I'm going to be a video game dealer. All right, I'm going to be out on the street corners talking about, hey, I got this video game on the low. Like, no, I'm saying though, but I like, jokes aside though, it's like, you have to get in an audience. You can't just you can't be telling like, oh, you have to, because that's like having a golf club or something, right? That's like having a golf club and you're like, oh, you have to make a, like a annual, like $100,000 a year at whatever job. You have to be a famous viral content creator in order to play at my golf club. And that's how I felt when I seen that. Like, hold on for a second. Let me see the stuff that they were asking for that game, because I was like, you guys are crazy. But anyways, hold on for a second. Let me see. Which one was it? No, it wasn't that one. Was it this one? I think it was like, then you have to like scroll down. Yeah, it was like a content creator application. And then they have it where there's like, so requirements: view count, must have an average view count of 1,000 or more views on your videos, must have at least 30 to 50 average viewers on live stream, content subject to review, ensure quality, professionalism, and or entertainment value. And my thing is this: it's like, what if that person can't get 1,000 views on their video, but it's like they really want to play your guys' game, but they don't have the money because they're charging. The game ain't really that much, but still, I'm like, it's $16.99, but it's something where I'm like, I wouldn't feel comfortable buying this game, streaming it, and then, let's say that, all these people go out and buy this game, but then the game ain't good. That's gonna be my fault. And that's the thing where it's all like, at least for me, I'm all like, it's something where I'm like, like, I don't want to promote a game and then it's like people don't like it, you know, because my thing is this: if I'm gonna be doing something like that, you best believe I'm gonna be honest. And no, you know what the thing is this: I played this game before. I did play a little bit of this extraction shooter game. It really wasn't all that, you know. It's like they spawn you in an area where you have like some gear, and so they have you like in the safe house area where it got like a gun range and all that stuff, but that's literally the only thing that you can do in that game. There ain't like no other extra stuff like that's the crazy thing about extraction shooters. Speaking of extraction shooters, there was this one game called Project Lead. I wonder what ever happened to that game, because I don't even hear about that game no more. I remember I used to, I don't even think anybody's playing this game. There's like, last time this game got an update was back in July. But that's the thing though, where it's like you're coming out with Escape from Tarkov simulators. Like, you're not, because Escape from Tarkov isn't on Steam. And so it's like, yeah, you got games like Project Lead, this game down, you know, I ain't gonna name drop it, but I'm just saying, this game, you got other extraction shooter games where it's like, fam, and the game that I'm like, they do have an extraction shooter where it isn't as threatening as other extraction shooters, but The Division, to me, I have to say The Division, like, that is honestly the best type of like extraction shooter game, because the thing is, like, they have like the outside area where it's like you could get like, you know, all tough in the game, and then when you want to go into the dark zone, which is like the extraction area, then you could go in there with whatever gear that you got, then you could go leaving up out of there like a champ, you know. It's like you like got good weapons, you got, then it's like, oh, there might be a weapon in dark zone where it's only available in dark zone, and that's what I like about that, where it's all like, at least with The Division, they give you other things to do. But I'm all like, games like Escape from Tarkov, Project Lead, and all these other, it's like, you ain't got, if you're not giving me multiple things to do in that game and it's just only one mode. And that's the thing where it's all like, and I know if when that day does come, when I do come out with a racing game, I'm not just gonna have just one thing to do in there, you just racing around. No, I want to have multiple things to do in there, where it's all like, oh, you gotta go into this area and find this part for your car, or you gotta go and complete this delivery, or, you know, it's all like, oh, a high-speed chase didn't happen. I'm like, oh, you best believe the day when I decide to come out with a racing game, I would have to say this game is going to feel like Disneyland. All right, like, there's just gonna be a bunch of different things that you can do in the game, and I'm like, if I like, when that day, and I'm like, I'm actually considering doing that, buying a journal and just writing down different ideas I could possibly come up with for that game. Because nah, man, it's like, you know, one day I would really love to just show out people when it comes to video games. Like, so far right now, I'm just thinking of doing a racing game and a shooting game, and with a shooting game I haven't really thought too much on that. But yeah, with the racing game, I actually kind of have like a concept idea where I'm all like, you know, if it does get picked up by some developers and they have me like as a lead person, where I'm like, okay, you guys got to make sure of it that you do this right. You can't be doing no, like, you know, sideways behavior on the game. Like, you got to make sure the game's going to be good and stuff. But anyways, but yeah, it's like, you can't be asking people, you know, with their some like talking about you gotta have like a certain amount of views and with your videos and streams, and it's like, no, it's like your game has to be good in order for me to, because I'm like, I'm not going to stream to a 30 to 40 people or get 1,000 views on a video and the game ain't good. All right, because if that's the case, oh, you best believe I am going to be critical of your guys' game. And like I said, I played this game, it really wasn't all that good. All right, so anyways, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Like, subscribe if you're viewing this on YouTube. Follow or subscribe viewing this on a podcast streaming service. Thank you guys, and peace.